let me see if I have some other stuff. Texas Instruments, VLC, Commodore 64, the VIC, Commodore 64, yeah, of course. I just have to show the Commodore 64. So, here we have the Commodore 64. Well, look at this. I mean, well, anything that just is able to just do this is a winner in my opinion. I mean, this is the computer I grew up with, the Commodore 64, and just this screen looks like it was made for this. So let's load up a disk image and see if we can have something nice going there. Let's move through media and then Pandora, 8 and then ROMs and then C64, and then let's see, Boulder Dash. Oh, yeah, why not Boulder Dash? So this is running Boulder Dash. I have turned on a real drive emulation, so this is actually taking a while to load. And yeah, and it's actually quite nice. You know, you're waiting for this virtual 1541 drive to load your favorite game. You can have your virtual cup of coffee, chew your virtual piece of gum, and wave around your virtual wand, just waiting for the drive to grind down and load Boulder Dash. Loading. Loading. Some more loading. And here we have Boulder Dash. I remember that pressing F1 and press 2. Okay, so now I have to switch around the drive key. What is it? And I believe that was function 11. Do we have that? Function 11? No. So I guess I'd better go into the menu system. I think there's no easy way to change the machine settings. Joystick settings, and then swap joysticks. Okay, and let's go back. Escape, I guess. Yep. And here we have the wonderful game of Boulder Dash. Now, this doesn't really come across on the camera that well, but due to the nature of this, you can actually see a bit of the slowness of the screen. But let's try another game. Go back to the menu system and have the system reset, hard reset. Now with this, it is more or less like a basic, more or less like a desktop emulator. I mean, you can press the start button, but then you have to navigate with the enter key and the cursor keys. Auto start image. Let's try to run a demo, for example, 24 hours. So this is using some fancy interlaced screen. The camera had 320 by 200 graphic resolutions, and this is actually using more, or at least 320 by 200 was high resolution, single graphics, single color graphics. And this is actually multicolor graphics using that high resolution, because in high resolution multicolor mode you could only run at 160 by 200. So this is actually using the VIC hardware, the VIC graphics chip, in a more advanced way than normally was possible. I want to find the game of Anarchy, because that's my favorite. Let's do reset. Hard. I want to find my game Anarchy, and that should be on here, I think. Anarchy. Okay, so this is auto start will just bypass the regular 1541 emulation. I'm not sure if I have to switch graphic ports again. High score, reset, no. Fire to play. It seems to be the case. So this is actually one of my favorite puzzle games. And contrary to the Spectrum version, this actually smooth scrolls, something the Commodore 64 was very, very good at. Just bite swap the entire screen with everything on it, and or rotate, actually. What is it? Bit rotate. But yeah, great stuff. So there you have it, the Pandora. I could do loads of more games. I mean, if you guys have any suggestions, reviews, suggestions, want to see more of a specific emulator, want to see more of a specific homebrew game, please leave a comment below, and I'll try to see if I can insert. I really need to get myself another 32 gigabyte SD card, because yeah, the one I have, the 32, is kind of corrupt. So this actually results in me not being able to fully use my system yet. I mean, it perfectly works with a 8 gigabyte or lower SD card, but yeah, it's so much more fun to, let me see, Symphony of the Night Chronicles, Symphony of the Night, yes. Let's see if, let's finish off with a nice PlayStation 1 game running on the PlayStation emulator for the Pandora. And this emulator is also available on the other handheld platforms out there, but it's running the best, of course, on the Pandora. Now let's see if I see a drive light. And there's this movie. I mean, these PlayStation movies, they just look great. Like they were made for the Pandora screen. Castlevania Symphony of the Light. Press the start button. File select. There's no file select. Checking. Do not remove memory cards. Select. So by the music you can hear that it's not running full speed, but I am, you know, you can overclock to 600 and then it'll run full speed, but I'm just not overclocking. It does decrease battery life. I mean, for that load, I mean, your battery can stand it. I've actually got a spare battery, but yeah, let's see how this just runs. But PlayStation is preliminary, N64 is preliminary. It's not optimized yet, but looking by the way it runs, I'd say it's getting there. This is running too slow on this emulator. Yeah, perhaps I should show you guys some NeoGeo. I think Polestar. Let me see, Polestar. Okay, I have to quickly insert my power adapter here, like so. Yeah, my camera is just having a very, very flimsy battery pack, so. NeoGeo, isn't that a cool sound, vision? Yeah, NeoGeo, greatness! Let's. Okay, stage 1. You can have this scale to full screen if you want. So as you can see, this really is running full speed. So if you want to have NeoGeo on the go, I guess this is the way to go. Whoops. Let me see if I can have this. No, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna let the Pandora sit, and I'm just gonna wave goodbye and say thank you. Well, and like I said, if you guys have any suggestions for some reviews or for some specific things that you want to see, please leave a message below, so I can perhaps give it a go and make a little second part out of that. And I'll just leave the fake booting MSX logo. So yeah, me signing off. This is a very ad hoc ghetto Pandora review, and hope you guys enjoyed this. So that was power save mode. You can do it like so, and it just closes. You open it up and it's there again. If you press select, you can actually really shut down the Pandora. It really shuts down pretty nice. So I mean, they have looked at the Nintendo DS when it comes to the stylus and stuff, the way it's stored. It really works rather well, I'd say. So yeah, I'm very happy with this little box, and opening it up didn't let any any craziness out. Yeah, I'm just gonna go on forever. If you look at the build quality, it's really impressive, but there are some minor flaws, like this little gap is a bit wider on that side than on this side. But that's actually the only flaw. And perhaps a slight other flaw is that that there's a slight how do you say that, kind of a bump visible if you watch at the reflection, because that's where the cable and all the other stuff is. But yeah, I mean it's not visible when you are using the screen, and it's just my copy of the console that actually does this, I guess. But yeah, I mean, and it really feels, I mean, it's really sturdy. I mean, it's if you just, you know, it's, the build quality is just amazing. Just look at that. I mean, it's these keys, they really stick out quite a lot, and you can really know when they go down. You really sense that. So that is one press. The space key, like I told you, that's a very nice, easy to use fire button, like so, for the old DOSBox games. Of course, these fire buttons also work very nice, and these analog knobs They really work very nice for the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64, also for using the GUI. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, like I told you, the way the SD card slots look, they really look like floppy disk drives, and it really gives it a very nice look. And some have actually compared it to the IBM ThinkPad. It really resembles that a bit, I'd say. And yeah, it's actually just, I mean, it feels just as sturdy as an IBM ThinkPad. I mean, sorry, you really shouldn't worry about build quality, because these guys have done an excellent job. And I just love the matte finish of Pandora's box. So I won't be taking this on the road that much, I'd say. I think I'll just have it around in the house. I did get it with a Pandora set, I guess, but not sure where that is. Oh, let me get it. Long. Yep. This is the official Pandora sachet. It's quite tight, and a little too tight for my liking, so I'm not actually going to be using that. And let me see. And a very nice comparison with the other handheld devices that I have. Size comparison. So this is the Pandora, this is my DS, this is my second generation GP2X, and this is the device where it all started with, the game park that used these great big chunky cards. It had a very nice clicking joystick. And actually, this is my Flu unit. I actually have another one. This has a backlight. I've got a non-lit backlight one, backlit one. Yeah, I just got loads of software for it. Got all these cards stored in here. It does the Commodore 64. It has MAME. It does a lot, and actually it takes two AA batteries. There's two in there. Perhaps it'll turn on. It won't. Let me remove those batteries, because I'm not very keen on leaving, even if they are removable batteries in there. Yeah, this system really uses big milliampere batteries. And let's put that back. So I can do a size comparison of the screens. So as you can see, that is a very large screen. This is the latest, or the last generation. Oh yeah, and I've got my Wiz as well, of course. Let me see if I can find the Wiz. And here I have my Wiz. So there you have almost my collection. I do have a, oh wait, let me get my original GP2X. Okay, here you have my original GP2X with my joystick mod. The standard joystick on this system was so bad that I actually changed it around. This is actually quite a nice joystick mod. But this is where it started with. This is actually the first edition GP2X that came after the GP32 that I just showed you. I wasn't satisfied with this, and when this came out I got this, and yeah, this just wasn't that perfect. So when this came out I thought yay, but they did something strange again, because these are not separate. These look like two thumb pads, but these are actually separate buttons. This is the thumb pad, which is actually quite decent, but yeah, not really what you want to have. I mean, you want something like this, and you want something like eventually you want something like this. So this actually is a combination of this together. Okay, well, Mark's signing off, and I'll be back with another video soon. This completes my Pandora review with a little MSX thrown in.